What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today Bungie just dropped a brand new article kind of out of nowhere containing some of the most important information you can possibly know for Season 22, and that is an artifact perks preview. Literally just going over all of the different seasonal artifact perks arriving next season. And if you've played Destiny 2 for any amount of time, you know that the seasonal artifact perks are the basis for the certainly PvE meta and often the PvP meta because they contain such powerful benefits for your build. Here's the thing, guys. This is how it's formatted. Yeah, I don't know who formatted this thing, but I'm going to do my best to break all of these new artifact perks down in this video, so let's just get started here. In terms of the first column, so the perks you have access to first, this is going to be the different weapons and their anti-champion properties we're going to have next season. Firstly, Anti-barrier auto rifle is returning. Then we have piercing bowstring, so anti-barrier bows. Then we have unstoppable scout rifles, and we have overload hand cannons, and lastly we have unstoppable fusion rifles. Could be very interesting. Moving on from there to the second column, we have firstly Arc/Strand Siphon combo, so going to reduce the costs of Arc and Strand mods. Then we have Solar and Strand Siphon combo, and after that we have Void and Strand Siphon combo, and then we have the Origin perk specialization, so this is going to improve stuff from Head Rush, Nanotech, Tracer Rockets, Unsated Hunger, and the origin traits for the new weapons coming next season. And then we're going to have a Diviner's discount. All scavenger mods are discounted. That's actually pretty cool. Now, notice they are not mentioning stasis. I really thought stasis was going to be a featured element next season because it hasn't been so far, but it looks like it's getting neglected yet again. We only have one season left where stasis has a chance to be featured. Meanwhile, it looks like Arc might be featured like twice here. Solar's been featured maybe 3 times. What the heck? Anyways, let's move on to column 3. So the first artifact perk is Thanotactic Tangles. Strand weapon final blows have a chance to generate a tangle. Could be pretty darn good. Then we have Origin perk specialization 2, so it's going to improve Head Rush, Nanotech Tracer Rockets, Unsated Hunger, and another Origin trait, and they're always overcharged when the modifier is active. Moving on from there, we have Elemental Orbs for Void. So when using a Void subclass, Void weapon final blows have a chance to spawn a Void Elemental Orb. Void Orbs can be thrown to create a Void explosion that makes enemies it damages volatile. So you can literally make like Void tangles, it sounds like. That's crazy. And then next up we have Elemental Orbs Arc. So same thing except you're using Arc stuff, and it's going to make an Arc explosion that jolts targets it damages. Again, that could be nuts. Moving on from there, we have Elemental Orbs Solar. So same thing but solar. This time it has a solar explosion that scorches targets it damages. Wow, so pretty crazy. It looks like almost everything but stasis is going to be a featured element next season. What the heck? Anyways, moving on from there, the fourth column is going to be firstly Overload Machine Guns. After that, we have Elemental Fury. So while stunned, champions take bonus damage from your abilities and Elemental Orb damage. After that, we have Communal Pickups. When an ally destroys or picks up your Tangle or Elemental Orb, the Tangle cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds and you gain bonus damage with weapons matching your subclass for 10 seconds. After that, we have Refreshing Pickups. Picking up a Tangle or Elemental Orb grants energy to your least powered ability. And lastly, we have Semi-Auto Striker. If you have fewer than 2 stacks of armor charge, rapid precision shots with bows, snipers, and scout rifles generate an armor charge. That's pretty interesting. Moving on from there, guys, the final column, this is really where we have the most powerful perks. We have, first of all, Monochromatic Maestro. I think this is returning from a previous season. Dealing elemental ability damage increases matching weapon damage, and elemental weapon damage increases matching ability damage. Bonus granted is 10% for 5 seconds. After that, we have a Rapid Fire Ranger. Rapid precision hits made from long range weaken the target. After that, we have Elemental Embrace. Subclass elemental buffs grant you bonus recovery and damage resistance against combatant attacks of the matching element type. So if you are amplified, you will get damage resistance and recovery against incoming enemy arc attacks. That's pretty interesting. After that, guys, we have Elemental Munitions. Combatant final blows with tangles or elemental orbs have a chance to drop special or heavy ammo. Anything that generates heavy ammo, like Lucian Finisher, is usually pretty huge when it comes to PvE builds and PvE content. Letting you utilize your heavy so much more, just spam Galahorn rounds, is extremely powerful. Moving on from there, the very last artifact mod here is Frenzied Stacks. Your armor charges grant bonus damage to your thrown tangles or elemental orbs. Your armor charge now decays over time. So overall, guys, it seems like the entire theme is just these elemental orbs and tangles getting kills with a certain element type and producing these elemental orbs and then using them to throw at enemies, obviously, and then doing so will likely give you more bonuses based on other artifact perks you select. Now, of course, this could be very, very fun in lower level content, just chucking these elemental orbs everywhere. Now, in higher level content, the risk is that you have to go and pick these up. They're likely going to spawn at the location of the enemy you killed, right? And that obviously can be pretty dangerous in something like a Grandmaster or the Day 1 Raid or whatever. Going out of cover to try to pick up these orbs could be a death sentence. So it's gonna really depend on how good of the synergies you can get going within these builds, whether or not these elemental orbs actually see a lot of play, because really it is all about these. There isn't many perks at all in this seasonal artifact that have to do with stuff outside of elemental orbs. So if elemental orbs are bad, there really isn't a lot of customization within this seasonal artifact perk that's going to really impact builds. There is going to be stuff like, you know, Rapid Fire Ranger causing that weakness from long range hits. That can definitely influence certain DPS strategies. Everyone uses snipers or so on, because you can maximize your damage by just having the weapons you're using themselves for DPS also weaken the target. We've seen that be effective before. So overall, pretty interested to see how these elemental orbs play out. Again, hopefully they're good, because if not, it's going to be kind of an awkward place within the season and creating builds. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.